Hello everyone, Regina here from the Women's Lounge on the phone with Sarita from Australia. And today, and Vashon is joining us. Hey Vashon, how are you? Just go ahead, yeah, go ahead and mute yourself out for now. But we just started the call. I want to say hi to everybody out there watching us from wherever in the world you are here on the Women's Lounge. And tonight we're going to be talking about mind, body, spirit, the importance of inner and outer strength in business. And we have a powerful trio of girls here. I've spent some time with Vashon and Sarita in Miami and also in New Orleans. And here's Chloe. And so we just wanted to, hey Chloe, how are you? We just started the call. I want to say hi to everybody out there watching us from wherever in the world you are here on the Women's Lounge. And tonight we're going to be talking about mind, body, spirit, the importance of inner and outer Chloe, strength. If you want to just try to mute yourself out, that would be really cool. Cool. So yeah, so we have a powerful four of us here talking about the three elements that are really important for your business to keep yourself balanced, not even just in business, but even in your personal life. Being able to create and maintain a strong mind, body, and spirit through meditation, through exercise, and through body conditioning, spiritual strength, keeping your mind strong, and just keeping yourself educated to keep you going. So I just wanted to introduce, maybe have each of you girls introduce yourselves. If you want to go ahead, either of you girls want to go ahead, Street or Vashon, and just give an introduction of yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm Sarita. I live in Australia, so it's about 8 o'clock here in the morning. So I've got my kids up, and I have to check on them once in a while, so they don't destroy my house. But yeah, I've been knowing these ladies for a while now. I just think it's so amazing and so powerful when you get a group of women together who are on the same path, and we're all here to live our dreams and support each other. So really awesome to be on here. So thank you for the invite, Regina and Jess. And I'm going to be talking a little bit later about what I do to help myself to stay strong every day and keep myself focused. So I've got, as I said, I'm from Australia. Originally I'm from Germany, but I've been living the last 13 years in Australia, and I've got 2 children. I've got a daughter, she's 4, and my son is 2. So you might see a few them in a minute. But I'm actually working from home online, and just been so happy, been doing that for about 6 months now, and I'm just loving it. And I love the community that we have here, and just super excited to get up every day and be a mum, and but also work from home, and I'm really enjoying that.
Awesome, great. I think maybe we'll have Chloe introduce herself, give us the background of her story, and then on to Vashon. And I just want to have Vashon kind of start with this topic after Chloe, because she's the one that came up with the topic, and I just love to hear what she has to say, firsthand. So Chloe, how are you doing? Give us a little background about you, and yeah.
Hey everyone, I just have to apologize for the background noise. I've got some construction going on next door, so might get a little noisy in the background. But yeah, hi everyone, I'm Chloe. I'm from Manly in Sydney, Australia, and basically I just have been a part of an Empower Network for the past about 2 or 3 months. I've just been a part of this amazing group of people, and just learning about myself every day, and I've been doing a lot of mindset training every day, which is just absolutely incredible, the mindset training that we get given here at this group. And I just wanted to share with you guys this little book that I've been reading. It's called Discover Your Destiny by Robin Sharma. the monk who sold his Ferrari, The 7 Stages of Self-Awakening. And I just want to talk about the importance of every day setting yourself maybe an hour to just set your mind straight. It doesn't matter what kind of book that you're into or what you like to hear, but this one is a really great one. So yeah, that's me from Sydney.
Awesome. So good to see you. I'm glad you were able to make it on the call. I knew that you had another commitment, so it's good to see you on the call. And
Yeah.
hey, Vashon. How's it going, Vashon?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me okay? I'm doing great. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good. I can hear you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on here. My name is Vashon, for those of you that I haven't met before. And the topic that we are discussing today was actually one that Regina and I discussed, I guess it was after New Orleans, or was it after Charlotte? I'm trying to remember. But we had talked about strength. And for those of you that don't know, Regina and I both are martial artists. And so it kind of came up through that, the strength and how important it is in business. And to me, there are 3 pillars of strength. It's your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you have any one of those pillars that is toppling, maybe it's out of balance, or you're having trouble with it, or maybe you're feeling unhealthy or time crunched, then as a whole, I feel like you really can't reach the level of success that you deserve and you desire. And so that's really what spurred on this whole Women's Lounge today, was to discuss the whole idea of that strength and that power. So do you want me to just keep going, Regina, or do you want to take it from here? How would you like to proceed?
Yeah, just go ahead and talk about what you wanted to talk about here, maybe a little bit more of your background, and just more of a description of mental strength is like what I think you wanted to talk about tonight. Go for it.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks, Regina. So just a little more background. I'm a single mom. I have 2 boys, and they're upstairs right now watching some television while I'm down here. We just finished dinner, and we just had a wonderful day at the pool this afternoon. So my hair's a little wet yet, so we just had a great time together, and I feel so blessed that I'm in this business where I can work from anywhere and spend a lot of wonderful time with my boys. I'm also a martial artist, as I mentioned earlier. I have a background in karate, Sherwin-Ryu karate, and so I have a lot of experience there that I can draw from the meditation side to the mental aspect of mind over body and things like that. And so all of those kind of come together as a whole in your business. And today, the specific aspect of mind, body, and spirit that I wanted to talk about is the mental side. And to me, it's so important to have your head in the game. I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but in order to have your head in the game, you have to be centered mentally. And what does that mean exactly? Well, to me, it means being at peace with who you are as a person. And part of being at peace with who you are as a person is to be introspective and to really get to know you and what you like, not what the rest of the world wants from you, but what are your likes? What are your dreams? What are your thoughts? What are your hopes? Why are you here? And I know a lot of that is, it's very deep, but until you truly know yourself, it's hard to give of yourself to others in any occupation or business that you might be in. So one of the ways that I help to center myself mentally is through meditation. And some of you may meditate, some of you, this may be a new concept. The whole idea of meditation is to clear your mind. Really, to me, that's the whole purpose. It's to clear your mind. And I don't know about the rest of you, but as a woman, it's so common for us to have a million things at once going on in our head. And it's challenging to just focus on one thing, on one aspect, without having the mindset of a mouse just always running. And so meditation to me is vital to me having serenity in my life and to be able to give my whole self to my children and to my family and to my business. So for those of you that don't meditate and you aren't really sure how to start, one of the ways that I first learned how to meditate was to just find a quiet space. And sometimes that's hard if you have little ones around or a busy family or you live in a busy area. But I find that a lot of times in the morning, early in the morning, it's really quiet, or even really late at night, depending on, if you're a morning person or an evening person, you can find at least 15 to 20 minutes of quiet. And in some cases, you may have to, go for a walk to get away if you have that luxury to get away for a moment. But what I did was I got up early. I got up early in the morning, and then what I do from there is I find a quiet spot, and for me, that's on my front porch, and I'll sit on my front porch, and initially, it was hard for me to focus. And the whole idea is to just sit, not sleep, but to just sit and close your eyes and just try to focus on your breathing. And sometimes, that's all you need to center yourself, is to have that focus. Now, initially, I think I could maybe focus for like 2 minutes at the most, and then my mind would start to wander on something else. And so I really just kept practicing until I could focus for at least 15 minutes straight on just my breathing. And you do that just by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just slowly relaxing, and being grateful that you're alive and that you have that breath. And in focusing and clearing your mind, a lot of times that helps with your creativity. It helps to open your mind so that new ideas and thoughts can come in, and it also helps you to find solutions to problems that you might encounter throughout the day, or maybe you had one that you slept on and you didn't know the answer to. And just by clearing your mind through that peace time, it gives you an opportunity to solve those problems in a much clearer state. So another solution that I've found, and I actually teach in my karate studio, is that get a candle, and this would be for adults. Don't tell a child to get a candle, but get a candle and focus on the flame on that candle. And by focusing on the flame, it gives you a point of reference if it's hard for your mind to not wander. It's a way to just kind of look at the flame and just let your mind focus on the beauty of that flame, and that can help to center yourself and to clear your mind. So other ways to meditate, and I know I'm going a little deep on this, but to me, meditation is so vital. It's so important to your health and your overall well-being and your mental aspect of your mind. So one more way that you can meditate and clear that mind is by simply taking a walk. And if you have the opportunity to be in nature or to be somewhere peaceful, to take that walk, a lot of times just the act of walking and observing can be very meditative and allow you to clear that mind again. So along with meditation, the other mental aspect of strength, and that's what we're talking about here, is strength. The other mental aspect is, what are you feeding your mind? And by feeding your mind, I mean, what types of things are you reading? What types of things are you watching? If you watch television, what types of shows do you watch, or movies do you watch? And be cognizant of those things. And if you really are in a place where you just feel like, have you ever felt scatterbrained? If you feel that way, then oftentimes it means that you need to give yourself the health of a clear mind. And that means you may want to examine your life and look at the things that you're feeding your brain and try to find things that are going to elevate you as a person. What's going to lift you up? What types of books are calling to you that are good? Like Chloe held up a book earlier. I thought that was great. And the books that you read really fill your mind with the type of dreams that you will have for your future. So if you're reading negative material or things that aren't fueling you in a positive way, it tends to affect you as a whole, and it can in fact drag you down and cause more stress. I come from a newspaper background, and I can tell you, although I love the news, I've cut back on some of the news that I read because I notice that a lot of it is all doom and gloom. And if you read a lot of doom and gloom, you tend over time to feel that way. And I didn't like the way I felt after I read those types of articles. And so I really try to focus on the positive. And if it's really important in the news, I've learned that it'll find you anyway. Somebody somebody will tell you, you know, what's going on, even if you don't read about it. So I don't feel so bad about not being up on my current events as I once was. But I can tell you from a mental aspect, I feel much more free and open and clear and focused on my life because I've cut out a lot of that negative. So those are my 2 tips for today on the mental aspect of strength. Number 1 is meditate, and number 2 is to read good books and view good things that are going to help elevate you as a person.
Awesome, thanks, Vashon. It's a lot of content, and I actually really like this topic a lot, and I really think that even though we're all talking about, you know, separate things, mind, body, and spirit, really it's all kind of, it really is one thing to me, and I think all of these 3 topics really mesh together to create one whole. And I'd love to hear from you, Sarita. Today you're talking about spiritual strength and law of attraction, so I know that you have, like, you know, we're all doing attraction marketing, but you're very much into law of attraction as well, so I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
Sure. For me, obviously, I'm a mum, most and foremost. So for me, I have to juggle a lot of things all the time. Like at the moment, I know my kids are running around in the back, and I've got to have my ears even underneath this. I know exactly what they're doing, what they're up to. But to keep myself focused and for me, it's actually really about feeling good. So my monitor is, how do I feel? And if I don't feel good, I do something about it, because I know if I don't feel good, I won't have any positive thoughts. You know, I monitor my thoughts, but I think I'm really aware of how I feel. So if I don't feel good, I do things to make myself feel good. I just put on some music, or I'm really into essential oils. I make sure I eat healthy food, raw food. I eat a lot of raw, 80% raw, I would say. Green smoothies, because I know the food I eat makes me feel, affects me. Like I know if I eat something, even if it's a nice cake, it might make me feel good for 5 minutes, and 30 minutes later I don't feel so good. So if I eat a raw cake, I actually feel good. There's no coming down from it. So I'm really aware of what I eat, and how, you know, what I eat affects me. Also, I put on music. You know, I've got music always on in the background, so I do a lot of things to just make me feel good, because I know if I feel good, then I will attract goodness to me. What else do I do? Well, I read every day. Very much into. I've got books pretty much scattered all around my house, and I'm, you know, reading The Secret pretty much all the time still. But yeah, I have a lot of like law of attraction type of books scattered all around the house. So when I get a moment, I have a little read, just to keep my mindset again positive and reprogram my mind to, you know, keep thinking positive. I don't watch the news, just like Vashon, and I figure the same thing. If something major happens, I will find out about it. So. And it's been helping me too. I'm very, you know, I just know what works for me. So, Mickey, do you want to play with your blocks over there? There's your blocks. Sorry about that. And yeah, audios. I'm a big fan of audios, because especially when you have kids, you know, I'm always on my feet, so I can actually put on some audios in the background. And even though I might be playing with my kids, or I'm running some errands, I can still listen to audio, which helps me focused, and helps me learning. So I'm pretty much every day listening to audios during the day, and also whilst going to sleep, because my mind is always going like very, very fast all the time, and I find it hard to get to sleep. So if I listen to some audio, it actually helps me go to sleep. And I also figure it goes into my unconscious. Even if I'm asleep, I'm still learning, and it's still going in. So I'm just trying to constantly reprogram myself and do things to improve myself. What else do I do? Yeah, you know, like things like having a bath, taking time out. I'm actually a big fan of having a sauna. Maybe that's a German thing, but you know, we don't have a sauna at home. But when I get some time out, that's my one thing that I love doing, going for a sauna. I feel like, you know, body, mind, and spirit are one. And for me to, you know, have a nice sauna, it's almost like I'm bringing up all these toxins, but at the same time, it's almost like clearing all your thoughts. And I feel like reborn every time I have a sauna. So that's one of my things I'd love to have in my house one day, because I'd love to have a sauna every day. Yeah, and at some stage I actually did this every day when I wasn't a mum, and it was, yeah, it actually really made me feel stronger, and I just felt so clear. So I can highly recommend, if anyone wants to try out to go for a sauna. It really helped me with my mindset and feeling strong and feeling clear. What else do I do? Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Well, you know, mine is, I think I'm a very emotional kind of person. I'm a Cancerian. It's my birthday soon. Very sensitive. So yeah, I'm an empath, so I feel a lot. So I'm very aware of, you know, also people. If people are quite negative and stuff, I try to, you know, avoid them. I'm just, you know, really focusing, trying to, you know, be around positive people, and people that, you know, on the same, on a similar level, because I don't want to try to convince anyone of my path is. I just like to hang around people who I can bounce off, and so that's really important to me as well. Spending time with the people that are into the same things, and connecting with other powerful women. So I've got quite a few friends who I connect with quite regularly, and that's for me, yeah, extremely important to connect with others, and other women especially. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, there is something between women who have this sacred sisterhood there, and it's, you know, maybe it's gotten lost a bit in the West, but I think we're getting more and more into that again. So I am a big believer in that, and yeah, we can draw a lot of strength from that. So, you know, even having this today is just amazing, that we're connecting from all around the world, all around the globe, all different time zones. I think Regina is at 2 a.m., I'm at 8 a.m., and I think Chloe's at 10 a.m., and you, Vashon, I think it must be like 8 p.m., so something like that. So it's pretty, yeah, amazing that, you know, even if you maybe not in your immediate circle, you don't have a lot of women, you can still connect online with people these days, and it's just amazing. You know, you don't even have to leave your house or leave your kids or get a babysitter, which is brilliant. You know, and if, you know, for example, now if my kids need me, I can still look after them and be there for them right now. So I think there's not like many women might feel isolated, especially being mums, because it's really hard sometimes to get out the house. But you can still connect with people online, and especially women. And I really recommend any of you ladies who are watching to keep doing that, because yeah, it doesn't matter if you're online or offline. You know, you can still connect and don't feel like you're on your own. And if you have a bad day, reach out. So I think that's my little yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that there are other women out there to support you online and offline for your business, and because all of us see each other every few months, and we see each other online all the time and in person every few months. So it's nice to be able to have like a really solid group of women, and I mean that feeds your spirit as well. So thanks for your information. Oh, I had a question for you. Other than reading The Secret, what's another book that you can recommend to some of the women who are watching this and to us here on the channel?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of The Four Agreements. I love the book The Four Agreements. I don't know if you know it, but it's by, I think, Don Miguel Ruiz, or if I say this right. But it's not very thick at all. It's a quick read, but it's just, there's so much wisdom there on how to live your life daily. You know, simple basics. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this one, The Four Agreements. I mean, there's so many, but I would say, you know, there's some, like The Four Agreements and The Secret, that I have pretty much around all the time, that I, you know, look into and draw from. What else can I think of right now? I guess the Power of Now is another one. Yeah, and A New Earth. So I guess it's all the best sellers at the moment that I've got flying around my house. But I'm always open to learning new things, and yeah, so that's what I do. Like, I've got books all around, and I kind of like to do the idea of when I need a message, because I don't have a lot of time a lot. I just ask the universe if what I need to learn right now, and then I just open a page, and I truly believe that that page holds a message for me that is important right now. So sometimes when I don't get the time to read for an hour or so, I still, you know, look into the book and find my page, and there's always a message there, and that's what I believe, you know, the law of attraction. It's just amazing, and you really start being aware, and there's messages for you everywhere, and obviously the more that you believe that, the more that will happen for you. And yeah, having synchronicity or getting the numbers 111, I get that all the time. I draw from that, because it feels like when, you know, when this happens, I know I'm on the right track. And yeah, that is then combining, you know, spiritual and mental and physical. It's all coming together. So and it's just awesome, like because I started, you know, having like Facebook pages, and you know, I'm very much into the law of attraction. Now I'm connecting with a lot of people from all over the world who are into the same thing, which is really awesome. Because like sometimes not your immediate circle who lives near you into the same things, but then if you are, you know, like you're online and you're talking to people who speak the same language, you find so many are actually drawn to the same thing, and they actually understand what you're talking about, and you're not feeling like an outsider anymore. Because I mean, I did for a very long time feel like I was maybe a bit strange and from a different planet, you know, and like people wouldn't understand what I was talking about. And now through working online, being around people that it's like-minded, I'm actually it's just amazing how many people are into the same thing, and we have similar things we like to eat, and it's just like suddenly I'm found found my tribe of people that I can connect with, and I don't feel alone anymore. And it's okay to be me. You know, I mean, obviously I'm getting older, and now that comes with age too. I think that you start accepting yourself more. And being a mum, but it does help when you connect with others, and you feel you're not alone. So,
Awesome, thank you. If you guys, the three of you girls, have time at some point, if you can maybe just write your recommendations down underneath the video, just so that other people can look up the books as well and read them as well if they haven't already, or if you can go back and reread them. That would be awesome. And I know that Chloe has, you shared a book earlier. If you can show that to us again, and also write the title and the author of that book underneath the video, that would be awesome. So, yeah, Chloe, how's it going? Chloe and I haven't talked personally before, but we interact with each other online all the time, and it's really good to have you on here, and it's really good to interact with you. So yeah, I would love to hear what you have to say about you know, the importance of inner and outer strength in business, and what you have to offer. And if you can show us that book again, that would be awesome.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's really awesome to finally connect with you on an interacting level. So that's something that's really amazing about technology and Google Hangouts, and it's so bizarre that, you know, we're all from different areas of the world, but we can connect. Yeah, so I'll just tell you a little bit about this book. It was strange actually, because the way I came across it was very much like the universe had handed me something like a golden ticket, if you will. I've just been traveling for the past 2 months in Italy, and I've just had such an amazing experience really connecting with myself. And I guess when you travel, especially when you're alone, it was my first trip where I was completely alone in another country with a different language, and yeah, it's really incredible the way that you start to connect with yourself and learn from the universe, but through within yourself. And I was sitting at the airport, and I thought that I needed a new book. I was actually in the middle of a book I was reading, but I wasn't really that into it. And I walked into this bookshop, and it was like it was just there. I was just drawn to it, and I picked it up and I started reading the first page, and I I couldn't even put it down to go to the counter to go to buy it because I was just hooked from the first page. And it's by Robin Sharma. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but if you follow him, his blog on Facebook as well, he's got some really insightful things to say, and it's a true story. It's called Discover Your Destiny with the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and it's about a businessman who had, he had everything. He had the cars, he had the money, he had a very successful business, but he was just missing this connection with, he wasn't happy, actually. And this monk takes him through the 7 stages of kind of discovering your destiny and discovering why there are bits within you that you're disconnected with. And it's really interesting because as you read it, you start, it feels like you're going on this journey with him, and it's got to be it's got to be the most influential book that I have ever come across in the areas of, self-discovery. And yeah, I think that everybody should really read it. So I really recommend that you go to the bookshop. Actually, search online. I'll have a look online and I can post the link below. But yeah, even if you want to borrow it off me, I'm happy to send it out, post it out. Everyone can write a little message in the back or something. But yeah, it's really incredible. It just makes you see the world in a different light. Kind of brings you up out of your head. And sometimes when we're in business mode, we start to forget about ourselves and the reasons why we're actually doing this. So yeah, it kind of just brings you out of your head and makes you look at your life from a bird's eye view, if you will, and just reevaluate everything and realize why you're in the situations that you're in, whether them be difficult, sad, or a struggle. It's a really amazing book. So yeah, you guys should definitely catch on to it.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And hold on, just 1 second. Yeah, so it's nice to have all 3 of us, or all 4 of us on here. I guess I can talk a little bit about myself before I get into talking about physical strength. And as most of you know, I'm Regina. I'm also traveling. And are you still in Italy, by the way?
No, I've just come home from my dad's wedding, so I'm in Sydney at the moment, but not for long, I don't think.
Cool. Yeah, I'm here in Spain, in Valencia, Spain, in my friend's kitchen, which is the beauty of working online, is you can just plop anywhere and be on a webinar. It's about 2:30 in the morning here, and my husband and I left New Zealand in January 2014 to travel the world and to work online, and then been able to have a chance to meet these lovely ladies, at least Sarita and Vashon, and I know I'll meet Chloe at some point, and really be able to mastermind together and talk about different things to do with our business. And Vashon is a martial artist as well, as she mentioned, and we talked a lot about the combination of being of the whole physical, mental, and spiritual strength with everything we do. But we've realized that I know that a lot of people have these qualities, but especially with martial artists, it's kind of they're kind of unique in a way that discipline, mental and spiritual discipline is taught, with actual physical workouts as well. And my background is, I guess at the moment it's just walking the earth. But my husband and I have been doing Muay Thai kickboxing for a few years, and I used to run and do a bit of workout as well. And I don't think I'll ever stop moving my body, and I think that's really it's really important to not only strengthen your mind and strengthen your spirit, but also strengthen your body, and really just moving your body. It's being able to move your body and get kind of stretch your muscles and strengthen your muscles, and it really makes you feel good. And this is part of the reason why these 3 topics, mind, body, and spirit, really go well together, because I think that when I exercise, even if it's just for a walk outside, my mind feels clear, and I feel like I'm more connected, especially when I'm outside in nature. I really feel like I'm more connected with nature, and like Vashon was talking about earlier, being able to have more ideas come to my head. Sometimes when, especially my husband Mike and I actually have an apartment in Prague until September, and we're on a road trip right now, and we weren't gonna, well, I was saying that we should stay in Prague so that we could do a little bit of work, but he's like, you know what, we're here, we really need to go out and do something. And I said, well, we need to get some work done, because we need to, so that we can meet everyone else in Orlando, because we're all meeting in Orlando in a couple of months, and I just want to get some work done. And he said, let's just go. Let's just rent a car and let's go to these different countries. Let's visit your friend in Spain. And throughout this trip, it's an 18-day trip, and I'm on day 11. I've noticed that I'm actually more ideas. I'm being inspired every place we go, more and more, and I feel like my work is actually strengthening. And usually when we get to a city, one of the things we do is we walk around. Sometimes we don't even plan anything. We just go outside and walk around the city. But we go to the city center, walk around, and that's part of what keeps us moving, what keeps our body moving. And he knew that he had to get me out of the apartment just so that I'm not there all the time, because sometimes, working in general, especially working online, you can just kind of be on your computer all day and type, but then your muscles get really sore. But being able to kind of move them around and stretch yourself really kind of moves your blood, not, your muscles and your brain and your heart, and keeps you going. And when we were in Costa Rica, we spent 6 weeks there and just started lifting weights, and even just walking and biking to the gym, getting our blood moving, kept us in a really good mood. We'd go work out, and we'd come back home, eat, and get to work, and we'd bang out a few hours of solid work just because our mind is clear. And that's one of the beauties of working out. And I know that for Mike and I, it's easy for us to say, hey, let's just go out and go running, or let's just go out and take a hike. But today we went canyoning 2 hours away, so we were jumping off cliffs and going down waterfalls and just walking through water all day. And it's easier for us to do that. But sometimes you might not regularly exercise, but that's okay, because you can simply just take a moment out of your day, maybe take 20 minutes. Go outside, get some fresh air, walk around, let the oxygen flow through your body, and clear your head a bit. Walk for 20 minutes, and then tomorrow, or in 2 days, walk around for 30 minutes. Maybe the day after, you can start jogging and walking and jogging and walking. And it's really just being able to build up your momentum, build up your endurance and your strength gradually, so that you can get to a point where you feel strong. And there's a girl on our team. Her name is Jeannie, and she was staying with us in New Orleans for our event every 90 days. And I think she had hip surgery, or she had a hip replacement or something. And we were just walking around New Orleans, and she was having quite a bit of pain just walking around. And I said, well, if you don't feel good, then take the bus back to the house, and then maybe tomorrow you can walk a little more once you've gotten rest. And she really kind of took that to heart. And after going back to her house, I think she's in the East Coast somewhere of the States, she actually got a trainer, and now she's exercising regularly, and she's feeling better about herself. So she's mentally and physically stronger, and you can tell the difference even though we work online ourselves and we're just on the computer, you can tell the difference between when you're not exercising for a couple of weeks, versus maybe working out every other day. You can really feel the difference in your body. And so, that's part of the reason why I keep on going. And I haven't been running lately, and I can definitely feel it the past few days. So when we went canyoning today, it was just, being able to breathe the fresh air and being able to be around trees was just a really nice treat. And I'm pretty sure I'll be sore in the morning tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, it really just keeps your mind strong while you're working. And yeah, it's good. I really like it a lot. I'm actually curious from the three of you. We have about 15 more minutes left, so I kind of want to go talk to each. Have each of you talk again, and tell me what you think about the combination of the three and how it's kind of helped your life if you exercise, or even if you do yoga or if you stretch, because that's just moving your body, and that kind of gives you a bit of physical strength and obviously mental and spiritual strength. So. Yeah, if any of you have anything to say about that?
I don't do a lot. I don't do it as much as I should. But when I get a moment, and I think I should plan it into my day more. So this is really good, this brainstorming, because it reminds me of the things that really work for me. Because I know if I even, if I have half an hour and I go on YouTube and I just find a yoga class that I can do for 30 minutes, or that's what's really helpful, and the kids actually love doing it with me too, so it's actually fun. So I think I've got to get it more into my routine, because I was doing it quite regularly and then I kind of dropped off, which can happen. But I know when I do it, I just feel so much better. I also love doing like simple things, like just a couple of 30 push-ups a day. I know it's not a lot, but doing 30 push-ups a day makes me feel strong. And even I like doing handstands. I'm very much into my handstand push-ups. We've been doing it in New Orleans, didn't we, Regina? So that's something. I don't do a lot, but I think if you do a little bit each day, it can count. So oh darling, what happened? Sorry about that. Yeah. So, and also I was actually, I was reading the Slide Edge. Actually, I'm really into the Slide Edge lately too. It's all about fostering daily habits and doing little things each day that can massively improve your life. And it is truly about doing something a little bit each day and staying consistent, which can make a huge difference. So sometimes, if you think you only got 15 minutes, but actually 15 minutes or even 5 minutes can make a huge difference if you do it daily. So so I just would recommend anyone, even if you only got 5 or 10 minutes, do something for 5 or 10 minutes. And if you do that for 90 days, it'll make a huge difference in your life. Obviously, if you can do it a bit longer, it's better. But if you do something consistently, even if it's only for a really small amount of times, it can still make a huge impact on your life.
I think that's a really huge thing that you're saying right now is consistency. And I was reading something just a few minutes ago saying that water cuts through rock not because it's powerful, but because it's consistent and it's persistent. And I think that's what makes that's what makes a person successful as well, is being consistent, because you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. And like you said, that sometimes you exercise and sometimes you read your book, and if you don't do either of those, then you really feel it. So, but with reading your books, especially that Law of Attraction, you're really consistent with it, and it shows, what you're doing shows in your results. So it's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Chloe.
Did you go?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think in this day and age, I think it's about really trying to find time to balance all three of them, because we're constantly have so many things to do, so much on our plate, and sometimes it gets so overwhelming that we just completely chuck it all out and we forget about it. But there's ways that you can really kill two birds with one stone. Like even when I go for a walk in the morning, I'll listen to like a gratitude meditation, and it's just really nice that while I'm working, while I'm getting my body moving and doing some exercise, I also am exercising my mind into really, thinking positive and thinking about all the things that I'm grateful for in my life, and just other things, like even when I'm going to bed, you can put some meditation on while you're sleeping, and they say that your subconscious is actually taking it all in even while you're sleeping. So that's about 8 hours or so each night that you can really work on your mental strength without you even taking out much time of your day. So think just trying to find that balance and, yeah, eating really healthily and just, yeah, keeping on top of it, even in the small little breaks that you get each day. Instead of putting on my iPod when I'm in the car, you know, I'll put on a disc or an audio from a book that I'm reading at the moment. Even that 10 minutes on the way to work, you know, you're learning something instead of listening to a pop song that you've heard 70 million times over. So yeah, just little things like that.
Hey, thanks, Chloe. That was some really good tips there. I wanted to add to that and say that, you know, sometimes I think we get really hard on ourselves. You know, we have these goals, these great goals that we're gonna exercise every day. We're gonna listen to something positive or read something positive, or we're gonna meditate every day. And then when we don't do it, maybe we skip a day or two or three, you know, we get down on ourselves, and then we get into this you know, downward spiral in which we never really improve ourselves. And what I would say is, you know, start small with small goals, and initially you may just you know, keep a journal. I think that, or if you have a calendar, or if you use a smartphone, write on that smartphone the things that you did do that were positive. Don't write the negative stuff. Just keep a journal of the things that you did each day that were positive. And then, you know, look at that at the end of your day, or the next morning when you get up and you're meditating. Look at the things that you did that were good, and it will fuel you to keep doing it. And I know for me, there's been times in which I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do anything. But then I looked at the things that I had done the day before, and I said, you know, wow, I worked out for, you know, a full 20 minutes the day before. I think I can work out for, you know, 20 or 30 more today. And so it just helped me to get me on that positive upward spiral of doing something good for my mind, my body, and my spirit. Hopefully that helps everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, being able to celebrate your small successes is a big thing. And just like you said, a lot of us are really hard on ourselves on a daily basis, and that's kind of an old mindset that we, like, you know, I personally, and I'm sure that you ladies are the same as well. It's an old mindset that you can unprogram yourself. And the thing is, you can deprogram yourself, but you need to do it consistently. And I like what Sarita said about doing, you know, 90-day challenges, and, you know, taking it small steps at a time. Even just as simple as doing one thing for, you know, 30 or even 90 days, like Sarita said, will just help you get into this new habit. And you know, when you just change one thing, and when you just change one small thing, it can really, really change your life, and it really ingrains it in your routine. And once you get your habit going, then you can work on the next one. I know that a lot of us, you know, maybe some of you out there do this, you know, for New Year's, every New Year's, you have a list of your resolutions of things that you want to stop doing. You want to stop smoking, you want to, you know, start working out, whatever. Well, we usually have this long list of things that we want to do to make our life to resolve. And 2 weeks later, we just, you know, it's out the window. So just pick one thing, or, you know, like Vashon said, start really small. And every small success, just celebrate it, because you can really tell the difference. You know, if you start running or walking now, and the next week you're just walking, you can feel the difference in your body, you can feel the difference in your mind. It will help you think better in your work. You'll have more creative ideas, and maybe you'll notice that your business is actually booming. And yeah, it really does make a big difference. So thank you for all your tips, ladies. We have about 5 minutes now, so if there's any last minute things that you guys want to talk about so we can close out the hour. I know that we try to finish these hangouts on time just because we respect your time out there. And so, yeah, if there's any last minute things that you guys want to say, not with it. Maybe some more tips.
I'll just want to, something that I've been really focusing on lately, which I think is really important, is to really listen to yourself when you're coming to decision making. And, you know, we're so used to being in this environment where we're constantly listening to our our bosses, our mentors, our, you know, the books that we're reading. We're taking in all of this advice, and as much as it's always going to help you and learn from what they're saying, but also you've got to remember that you've got a voice inside that is really powerful. And yeah, so just not to ignore your gut feeling and your feelings at the end of the day, because your voice is really powerful. So yeah.
Yes, thank you for adding that, Chloe. I'm totally feeling the same way. Like, always keep checking in with yourself, what feels right, and follow your own truth, and then, go and use the tools. But in the end of the day, it's always what feels right for you, and what works maybe for one person doesn't work for another. And that's the beauty in really starting to listening what feels right and what doesn't. What really helps me too is to write down each night before I go to sleep the things I want to do the next day, because I feel like it's already kind of going into my unconscious, and it's already setting up the day for for me to achieve it. So that's a little tip that I would like to give anyone. Plus, I think it helps you sleep better too, because you offload everything that's buzzing in your mind, and the things that you feel maybe stressed about that need to be done. If you write them down, it's almost already leaving your field, and it's already starting to happen.
Mommy, can I go outside?
So yeah.
Mommy, can I go outside?
I think my daughter needs me now as well. But thank you for having us, and thank you, Regina, for setting this up. And it's so nice to connect with everyone here.
Awesome. Vashon?
Yeah, thanks, Sarita. That was great. I wanted to say one more tip, and that was have fun. If you're doing some activity and you're getting your body in motion, but you're not having fun doing it, you're not going to continue doing that positive action. So, find something that you really enjoy. And if you really enjoy it, then you'll continue doing it, and you'll continue improving upon it, and just makes life that much better.
Awesome. Thank you, Chloe, Sarita, and Vashon. It was really nice having you on the panel. And I think this is the first time all of you are on. It's just nice to, there's a whole variety of us women on here in Women's Lounge, and we're here to welcome you and make you feel comfortable. If you have an online business or an offline business, we're here to just give you a bit of support, a bit of moral support, some advice. If you really liked what you saw here, just get back to the person who invited you here and really connect with them and just have a conversation with them and let them know what you thought about tonight. If there are any topics that you guys have, you can tell one of us or whoever invited you to this webinar, or you can write it down underneath the video so that we can give you a lot of value, because we really want to give you some value in your personal life and most importantly in your business life, because that's what we're here for. All of us four here are entrepreneurs, and we just want to give you, some of the things that go on in our heads. I know that sometimes we get stuck in our own work, but we like to take the time out and really, just kind of give it to you straight, give you some free training, and yeah, just kind of click on the link below to and like the Facebook page and kind of interact with us, because we'd love to hear from you, and that's what we're here for. So it's about, well, here it's 3 o'clock. It's 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. and 11 a.m. I think, where Chloe is, right? And so that's about it. We'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, connect with us, because we'd love to talk to you. Hope you have a good day, night, evening, whatever, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.